What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a Magic review on Sus by Michael O'Brien and Deuce Gala. What is Sus? Sus is a modern approach on the 8-card Brainwave plot. So what Michael's done is he has created a set of cards that are based around the very, very popular mobile game Among Us. So if you have kids, you know what Among Us is, and you know how it works because they'd have told you. But a lot of adults and, everywhere in between have played the game, are familiar with it, likely know how to play it or how it works. But even if they don't, it can just be presented as kind of your standard brainwave routine where you show a number of cards and the card that they select is the odd card out, for example. Now, what's great about this is that it fits perfectly within that brainwave plot, the whole Among Us theme. The idea of Among Us is that there are different crewmates on a ship that perform tasks, and the idea is that as a group, you have to find out who the imposter is. So with this, I'll just kind of show you some of the cards. You have different colored cards, and there are crewmates, and there is an imposter. Now, these cards are printed on PVC plastic, so it doesn't matter where you're performing, they're not going to get damaged. They're going to last forever. So that's really nice. The quality, we'll just get that out of the way. The quality is great. They're printed very, very well, and they're printed on great material. And then you also have an emergency card. So I'll go over this in a second. But basically, how this works is you just talk about Among Us and just kind of give them the plot or the theme. And in the end, you're going to have them select a card, choose whatever color they want. That card is going to be placed off to the side, and then you go to show that they found the imposter amongst all the crewmates.
I have a question though. Has anyone ever played the game Among Us?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a few Among Us fans in here. Very cool. For those of you who don't know, it's just like the game Clue, a sort of whodunit where you try to suss out the killer, only in space. Right? So what you have are these different little crew members here that go through the spaceship to complete various tasks. Only one of them is the imposter. Now, a question for all of you. Who among us thinks that they can find out who the imposter is? Anybody? Someone that preferably has played the game. You've played the game.
I have.
Yeah, are you any good at it?
What?
Are you any good?
I was getting go.
You were getting okay at it. All right, so I have some different little cards here, and they all have just different little crew member pictures on the cards. What I would like for you to do is name any one of the colors on here. We have red, purple, black, white, orange, lime, green, not to be confused with lime, blue, pink, cyan, brown, yellow. You said purple.
Purple.
Purple. Cyan, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Any particular reason why you chose the purple one?
No.
You just shot in the dark.
You just said that.
You don't have like, it's not your favorite color or anything like that?
Feeling.
It was your feeling.
There was no specific reason.
Don't think, just do.
Don't think, just do. That is a life lesson.
I like the purple Teletubby.
Famous last words. You like the purple Teletubby? Okay, so you picked purple.
I did.
It's really interesting. I haven't showed you the backs of the cards yet. But on the backs of the cards, they say crewmate.
Yep.
Right? So we have the black, the white one there. Orange, lime, crewmate. 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 And red, also a crewmate. Now, that means nothing unless the one that you picked, drum roll please, is the imposter.
Nice.
What?
Bravo, you sucked.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm not going to play with you. You're going to get me every single time.
So I have learned this. It's very, very easy to do. To make it simple and explaining kind of how easy this is, you have a 50% chance of them hitting the card that you want them to, technically. However, with handling and timing, it's almost 100%. Now, before I go further, I want to say that this works out to be 100% surefire every time. There's just kind of two ways that this can go about. So one way, they're going to pick the card that they need to. You have that 50-50. They're going to hit that, and you just carry on to the end of the routine. The other thing is if they do not at first select one of the cards that you want them to, then Michael has already designed a card to fix that. If they don't, it's no big deal. The fact that this card was made as part of the set makes it look and feel as if that was supposed to happen. So you don't have to worry about that. And if that happens, once this is presented, you go into the next phase and it's 100%. So this will work every single time. The fact that I say 50-50 is just because if they pick that one of those cards in the first phase, you don't need this. If they don't, you bring this out and carry on with the rest of the trick. But ultimately, in the end, they will always pick the imposter amongst all the crewmates. So, difficulty level. This is extremely easy to do. Now, you don't have to worry about forces, but if you are familiar with any kind of timing force, it is very easy to get them to select one of the cards that you want them to on the first go, right? But you can make this very, very fair even by spreading out the cards in the first phase and having them pull one out. Maybe it won't be the card that it needs to be, but again, with this, you don't have to worry about that. If you can turn over cards, then you can do this. The tutorial is extremely good. As with all of Deuce Gala's stuff, they go above and beyond with their tutorials. So you are going to get the performance, you're going to get a breakdown of what you're getting, the setup, step by step on what you need to do to perform this. You'll also get another file that includes commentary throughout the performance, so all those kind of subtleties and nuances and patter, right? So Deuce Gala really goes over everything above and beyond when it comes to their tutorials. Setup and reset. There is a very quick setup. The setup will take you, for the first time, it's going to take you, 20 seconds, if that. And then after that, it's basically an instant reset. So great for walk around, great for strolling, great for close up. This is a worker. We'll just get that out of the way right now. Angles, this can be performed surrounded. If you have a table, that's going to be better, but you could just have your participant hold out their hands like that to place the cards in as you go through. So you don't need a table, right? This will work with walk around. Pocket space. So basically it's a packet trick. There are 13 cards total if you're having to use the emergency card, but that'll just stay in your pocket unless it's needed. For completeness, you have 13 cards. Doesn't take up much. I would store this in like a packet wallet or something like that, or even just rubber band it and throw it in your pocket. So if you're carrying cards, all you're going to be doing is adding, the thickness of like a quarter deck in your pocket. Who would use this? So I've already said that this is definitely a worker as far as strolling, walk around, close up. Who would use this? Card magicians are already going to be familiar with anything that is involved with this because they're the same size as cards. They handle like cards. But anybody can perform this. There's nothing complicated about this, no complicated moves or steps. So even if you don't do a lot of card magic, this is still something that you'll definitely be able to do. And as far as like working environments, I think that this is great because it allows you to perform a card trick for kids. Kids love Among Us. This is instantly going to interest them. It's going to get their attention. They get to participate in it. And again, even if you don't follow the Among Us theme or haven't played the game, it doesn't matter. This is super easy to follow and it makes sense. So what's the price and is it worth your money? This is $20 And I think that that is an amazing price because you're getting a great effect with amazing teaching. You're getting quality cards that are never going to wear out or get wrecked since they're on plastic. And you're getting a routine that appeals to kids or all ages, right? And I've went over that. So I definitely say that this is 100% worth the money. Great trick for everybody. I think that kind of covers everything that I can say on this. So this is the limited run. I'm also doing a review on Pokey Wild here, which is also a limited run. So if this is something that you're interested in, or something that you could use in your sets, or even if you're just a casual hobbyist and you have kids or nieces, nephews, anything like that, then I think that this is perfect. So like I said, limited run, this is not going to be around forever, so I would hop on this quick if it's something that you think you could use, and I'll leave a link in the description below for that. With that, we'll see you at the next review.